What's going on, guys? Going to talk about SoFi, LendingClub, and Ally Financial today. So, pretty boring day for SoFi, but a green day, so that's good. I do expect this one to kind of consolidate for right now. We'll get into the chart in a second, but I wanted to compare these. Just had me thinking about other fintechs. I remembered LendingClub from a few years ago used to be a pretty solid stock, but wanted to talk about some of the things Robinhood provides here. So I was just looking over this. The sell volume has decreased by 1% over the last trading day. Hedge funds have increased their ownership by 2.49 million shares. And then insiders have bought a total of 683,000 shares of SoFi in the last 3 months. So the only reason these people are buying is if they expect more growth for SoFi. There's many reasons people sell: vacations, just cashing in, and moving investments around. But there's only one reason people buy, and that's if they believe in the company and if they think it's going to head higher. So that is a positive thing. Let's look at LendingClub real quick, and then we'll get into the similarities here. So LendingClub, insiders sold 112K shares, really not a lot. Hedge funds have increased by 85.9K shares, and then the buy volume has increased by 44%. I did want to talk about LendingClub because their chart is setting up really nice ahead of earnings, and I kind of wanted to point that out. All right, so SoFi has massively outperformed both of these in the last year or two. So SoFi's ecosystem, banking, lending, investing, and credit products, and then they're gonna have crypto pretty soon here. They have strong revenue growth, rapid member growth. Their profitability milestones are doing fantastic after a few years of losses. They're expanding into crypto, like I said, potential S&P 500 inclusion. Ally is a legacy auto lender and digital bank, and they've rebounded a little bit with improved credit conditions, but very moderate EPS recovery, slow revenue growth, and high exposure to auto loan cycles. Just kind of seems like it's going to move more like a slower bank. So not really like SoFi is kind of like fintech, and just moves a little bit quicker. I believe it's going to have greater returns over time. LendingClub is mid-tier rebound. So they've rebounded strongly from post-pandemic lows, as has SoFi, and they're now profitable, but the growth has slowed down compared to SoFi. Lower loan origination volumes, focus on balance sheet optimization, still under fintech peer valuation multiples, and then their relative 1-year performance, it's going to go SoFi, LendingClub, and Ally. So SoFi has dramatically outperformed LendingClub by 2x and nearly 3x of Ally. So I wanted to talk about LendingClub just because the chart is setting up beautifully on the weekly, heading into earnings on 10/22. I'm not seeing anyone talk about this on Twitter or anywhere really. It's just kind of going under the radar, but nice cup and handle heading into earnings. Chart looks ready. There's a gap to fill at $22, so I do see about a $6 to $7 upside with this stock. And who knows what kind of earnings they're going to have, so it is kind of risky, but as far as the chart goes, it looks really well. So definitely keep my eye on this, especially with their earnings, SoFi earnings, and the rate decision coming up. So just wanted to throw this one out there. Ally Financial or whatever, I am not too interested in at all. Just wanted to kind of compare them with SoFi. And then let's get into SoFi's chart. All right, SoFi is looking really good. A couple days of consolidation here, and we may even get another day or two of consolidation. I wouldn't mind if it just kind of has some boring days in there, but it is flagging on the daily, and I do believe we're going to get that pop back to 30.30. Now from there, that would, let's see if we consolidate a few days. That would be right before earnings, a couple weeks before earnings actually. So I kind of want this one to just chill out for a bit before earnings, but it is looking really good to test that again. Now, what I don't know is, do we test it again, double top and come down? Or do we test it and kind of consolidate in this higher range before earnings and then take off again? So it's going to be interesting to see how SoFi plays out, but I definitely think we're testing that 30-30 again before earnings comes up. So that's what I'm looking at. We've had a lot of flow come in, 6.7 million in calls, almost no puts. So 365K in puts, seeing various expirations and strikes, but let's check out just the monthly expirations, pretty much heading into earnings. So yeah, 1.1 million versus 237. And then let's see if we got any large flow, like anything in the 500s. Okay, so the largest flow today is actually some leaps out to 2027 in the money, very safe. These are pretty safe bets here. And then it looks like there's just some dark pool prints after hours. So these, I don't know if they tell you if they're a buy or a sell, but it looks like there's action on SoFi for large amounts. And just given the chart and the flow, I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is buys. So yeah, some after hours action, bullish engulfing on the weekly chart. And Bank of America also increased their SoFi EPS estimate from 0.08 to 0.10. 2 EPS upgrades in one day. Neither of them is showing up in any news sites. So yeah, SoFi looks really good going into earnings. I'm still holding all my calls and shares. And hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe, and have a good one.